Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Infinite Respawn podcast. I'm Chicken, in case you forgot.
I'm Oak Tree.
I'm still Griff.
I'm someone, I think. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you're still Baka, but sometimes, you know.
I'm the idiot. Got it.
It's a new year,
idiot.
a whole new person.
You know what? You picked that name for yourself.
That is true.
That's the
chose it.
irony of it.
I know.
Well then, we were supposed to start back last week, but that didn't happen, and this week was still questionable because if you're outside of the U.S., it doesn't matter to you at all, but if you're in the U.S., there's a giant winter storm that's, like, spanning
affecting
the nation.
40 of the 50 states.
Yeah.
40 of the 50 states are affected in some way.
So,
230 million people. It's cold out there, folks. Real cold.
3 of us are southern enough at this point for it to just be rain right now for us, but it's supposed to be, like, the temperature will be in the teens tonight. For around here, that's ridiculous. I mean, I know everybody else is like, oh, you know, the wind chill is like -40, but for here, it's like, it's going to be 15. Everybody freak out. Schools are closed tomorrow. Supermarkets are out of bread and milk and have been for days. Like, what are you going to do with that bread and milk? I don't know. That's just what they buy. But yeah. And Bach is like in the place where it's already getting sort of icy. So if he drops out,
It's fucking ice.
yeah. So
I went venturing out on the roads earlier. It is ice.
I don't know why you did that. Are you okay? Stay inside.
I don't know if you've met him. Why you're surprised right now.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
I know. We're talking about the guy that's not allowed to use scissors anymore because he always hurts himself. Like, yeah, I know.
I just slid a few times here and there.
Boy, stop.
Oh,
Yeah, it's all right.
God.
Oh,
I had to run to the store.
to get bread and milk? Do they have any? Do you guys do that? Does that happen in
yes.
Texas? To actually get bread
That
and
is
milk?
a thing. Yeah, I did. Amongst some other things like dog food. And,
Okay, well, I mean, I'll let
Yeah,
you
things
pass
like that.
because DJ got to eat, so.
yeah, I was like, I could do fine with eating like peanut butter and the little bread that I have, but she needs food.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'll allow it. That's a reasonable reason to
Oh,
go.
wow.
But yeah, okay, so we've been off for over a month.
About a month.
About a month.
A little over
yeah.
a month. The 21st was the last episode.
Yep.
Surprisingly, sort of surprisingly, there's still not like a ton of things to talk about, but we do have some, and then we could talk about what we've been playing because we've had a month of time to accumulate some things that we've been playing.
Fair.
Where do we want to start with the news? Because there's a couple of things that are like, some of it's like, yeah, okay, we saw that coming, or we knew that was happening.
Well, the one that we've known about for a long time is Anthem being closed down. At the beginning of the year, it was like, I think it was like the 12th or 13th where it was going to be
12th.
the 12th, where it was completely shut down. That was the end. One of the best mech games that I think I've ever played.
Yeah.
The gameplay in it was just solid. Nothing has felt nearly as fluid as that kind of game. It got shut down, so no more of Anthem. But why we bring that up instead of it just being a sad thing? There is tech out there to host your own Anthem servers, which I have seen this pop up a few times. I was like, oh, that's just somebody coping. No. The former executive said it would just need to be, you got to find the tech, which means Ubisoft's the one that made that, right? Or was it EA?
EA.
EA, okay.
The EA.
EA would have to let that tech out or just kind of give it up, let it go, which, I mean, I can't.
Do you really
I
think
flip
that
a
EA
coin.
is going to do anything like
The
that?
only way I could see them doing that is if it's not attached to anything else EA does.
Yeah.
Like in that tech.
Or
Mhm.
someone in EA that decides to leak it out.
Accidentally.
Yeah.
Yeah, accidentally.
true.
Oops,
Yeah.
I was supposed to delete this. It is all over the web. Well,
Yeah.
we can't stop it now.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's where you just go to, somewhere that's open source, create an open source version of the tech without them really knowing. And then it's like, oh, wait, this works with Anthem randomly. I don't understand. But there it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's potential out there for it to happen. I can't say that it's going to. Even is EA going to do this? He added, almost definitely not. Not likely, but there is a chance. So if you're, it slips out to the internet, it happens.
It
just-
is really sad because the how they created that game, the potential that game had, the
Yeah.
fluidity of the game, like it was fun. Yes, it was limited based on the fact that they were forced into using a particular kind of engine, but it's also one of those they did really well with the engine they had, and it just saddens me that it just died almost immediately. And then they were like, "Oh, well, we're gonna put it back on the back burner. We're gonna create a 2.0 and send it back out." And then like within 4 months, they were like, "Nope, we killed it completely."
Yeah, they didn't really give it a chance either. It was just one of those sad state of affairs with EA where it's like, if it's not immediately successful, then we don't care. And I mean, I feel like EA telling BioWare that they could say that they were going to, do an overhaul and then kind of soft relaunch, which is what they had originally said. I think that was EA just placating the developers for a minute because they knew that they were never going to do it. I don't think that EA ever intended to put more money in it. If it wasn't immediately successful, then get lost. So
Yeah, that definitely sounds like EA, especially in this day and age.
And right now, the only thing BioWare has in the pipeline is the next Mass Effect, and I have a feeling that EA is going to let them push out whatever that is, and if it is not immediately the biggest game of the year when it comes out, BioWare's gone.
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel the same way. Like, I'm pretty sure the people there even feel the same way, too. They're like, oh, man, if this thing doesn't just, like, slam and make $1 billion right out of the gate, then BioWare is...
I also don't have high expectations that it will do.
Well, and you've got, I mean, there's a past history with a lot of these larger companies purchasing these already established developers, and they doing it for money, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do this. This will give us more money to be able to build a bigger game, blah, 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 all the stuff that goes along with it. The Bungie would be a really good example of that. And the fact that Bungie started off as an independent company, was purchased by Microsoft, was able to earn and purchase their independence back.
Right.
And then they went to Activision, and then they were able to purchase their independence back, and now they're owned by Sony. So like maybe that'll end up happening as well on that end of it. But it's like, but then you have like BioWare, which is just kind of one of those where it's like they've created a great product, and now you have a possibility of them dying.
Yeah.
And not their own fault in some ways. In some ways it was, but it's kind of one of those, they just went in bed with the wrong company, and so to speak. And I don't know. I'm kind of sad about it just because, but I mean, the game's been around for 7 years.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, like right at 7 years. I think it came out in February of 19 or something like that. So
which is weird because it doesn't feel that long ago. Oh,
it doesn't.
Time's so weird.
Mm-hmm. Some things seem like they were 15 years ago, and they were, a year ago. And
yeah. Time's all messed up now. Timey-wimey thing.
Yeah, February 22nd, 2019. So 6 years ago.
The only reason I remember that is close to my birthday. My birthday's the day after that. So.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of sad about it. And it's also delisted, so if you didn't already own Anthem, even if there was a leak for the private servers and things like that, you would not be able to purchase it now. Although that does not mean that there is not, a bottle of rum and some ships out there that you could jump on if you needed to. If you know what I'm saying.
I know, Griff. I do not. Why don't you elaborate?
Hey, we don't condone pirating here on the podcast.
That is not true. Sea of Thieves has been mentioned several times. We're sad about some of the other games that probably should have been good.
I guess that's true.
What? We also love Assassin's Creed 4, which is also possibly leading into the next segue. In the next
pirates.
One. Yeah, which is based on pirates. There's more and more evidence that the rumors of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag actually getting that remake that we've talked so much about. I'm really excited about this being a possibility, because I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game and enjoyed it in a very long time. So
no,
and this is objectively the better of like single game. Let me make sure I say that objectively the single the best of the single games that are available, like where you got Enzio's, you follow his whole story when it
Ezio's,
comes
yeah.
to Ezio, his whole story, with 3 games total. This one's single game, and it created a different type of gameplay with the ships and all that, as a main part of it. Of course, they'd added in 3 as well, but and then it's also the reason that Skull and Bones exists.
Oh.
You're welcome. I don't know what to do with that one, but
Yeah. The first quadruple A game, you guys. So huge, so good. Everybody's playing it.
Quadruple A for out of here.
You know, you mentioned you're like, oh, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't played an Assassin's Creed in a while and enjoyed it and everything. And it's like, yeah, I would kind of. Oh wait, then I have to download their stupid launcher and play everything through their stupid launcher, and I have to have the Ubisoft client like directly on my hard drive. Maybe I don't want to. Maybe I don't want that.
And don't worry, Ubisoft will figure out a way to put ads in the game too. You're gonna see floating debris, and it'll have like logos
Drink
on
Pepsi.
it from their from like the Pepsi keg just floating through the sea, and you're like,
I mean, whilst that's funny,
what?
I could actually see something of that nature happening. Like every time you got to go to the little ship table at the bottom in the downstairs area where you could send out the other ships, the NPC ships. Every time you open that, it has ad banners on the side and things like that for real products.
I can definitely see them doing it, but it's sad. It's like Ubisoft is like, we need to make money. We need more money. We need more. Let's just release this. Like, they're going to release this. It's going to sell super well, and then they're going to go back to the basement and be like, why aren't we making money again? It's like, yeah, people love that game. That game sells, but you're not making anything that's new, good, or anything else.
They could have remade. I mean, that being said, they could have started off with 1 again, like that part of it, and modernized some of the mechanics. I think if you do redo 1, I think you go with the mechanics from 2, because it's something that then you just bridge them across. But it's one of those where you could do it. You could have a bigger, because that one's set place in the Middle East as well, but it's like Jerusalem or something, isn't it? In the first one, in like Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like you set it up and you just make it larger to be able to modernize it, and you set it, and then if there's any part of the plot line that needed to change a little bit, you could do that as well.
You could also add in, because they did a game on the DS.
Mm-hmm.
That was a continuation story wise. Add that story into it to expand it more.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
I just don't have
give Altair his full story.
I just don't have faith in Ubisoft's ability to make anything good.
Well,
like, you ask them to remake something, and they will, but it's going to turn into like half the product.
Well,
and then sell you the other half.
Here's the other side of that, and it ties into the other Ubisoft article that you linked, Chicken, is that the Prince of Persia game got canned, and it's because Ubisoft wants to, basically they're making changes, like major organizational, operational, and portfolio reset is what they're calling it, to respond to a quote-unquote persistently more selective AAA market and an increasingly competitive shooter landscape. But, I mean...
Oh god, they're gonna turn Assassin's Creed and
well, no, they're splitting up. What they're doing, it looks like, in their restructure ideology here, is to split things into separate quote-unquote houses. Creative houses,
Mm-hmm.
that's what they're calling them. So, like, Assassin's Creed will be one place, like, Ghost Recon will be another place. They'll have their own, like, house area instead. So, but I just... what it says to me is that they're not... Go ahead.
Having dedicated teams for specific game types.
I mean, which is the smart thing to do.
Everybody
anyway.
already does.
Yeah, I mean, like...
Why weren't they doing this in the first fucking place?
Because they're Ubisoft.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because it's
this is what happens when you say everything's in the same universe.
Ubisoft is also the company that wants to embrace AI as the future of everything. So they're gonna probably separate these so that it can better be parsed by whatever AI is going to start writing. Like, basically, I feel like, and I have no proof of this, but basically, Ubisoft's going to be like, all right, look, you're in the Assassin's Creed house. Put a chat prompt into ChatGPT. Ask it to tell us what we should tell the story as, and then write that story. And if you can't write it, let the AI do it for you. So, I have a feeling that it's kind of to streamline and homogenize a bit, but they also aren't willing to take chances, which is why they're not going to do the Prince of Persia thing, because they don't know that would sell. But Assassin's Creed and Far Cry and Rainbow Six and all of that, like, those are our brand, so we need to do our brand. Although I don't know why they're not looking at the last like few releases from each of those titles and going, maybe we shouldn't do our brand, it's not working.
Well, I mean, they
They've
have the
lost
other
all the
ones. They're just in a
artists.
narrative style. I mean, they're listed on there. But I mean, to be fair, that game was supposed to be released 4 years ago, and it was hot garbage when they showed it to us. And then they were like, "Oh, we're going to put it on the back burner. It's been on the back burner this long." And they need to sell off that studio. That studio is horrible. I don't know why they like. As soon as I saw the trailer for that, and they were like, "This is a complete remake," because we're all like, "A remaster, okay," but that was a complete remake that looked like it was built 2 years after the original was built, and that should not be okay. Like, remakes should look like real remakes, modernized in a lot of ways. If you want to try to stick with the same feel and everything else, there's no issue with that. The problem is it still looked like nobody's head was round like a real person, which we're used to. It was, they still had kind of the little square going on their head from back in the day. And so I can see them dropping the Prince of Persia thing. It was but you know, they unveiled it in, I think, 2020. The and it didn't look good then. Obviously it did. And then you had the thing that's crazy to me is one that was very successful, which was a platformer style that recently was released. That studio you need to purchase and go, and they might have owned them, but they've been shut down now. You go, that is exactly what we need to do. We need to go with a platforming style that's on there. We need them to build another game of one of our of some sort, whether it's an Assassin's Creed game in a platforming style, whatever it is, because it was really well built. And I highly recommend that game. It was really well done. But I don't understand saying that you're going to have them continue to play, to build this other game up that looked awful to start with.
I don't understand why, if you're doing a streamlining, you don't cut your losses on that one. Because, I mean, the Sands of Time game is a remake. Everything's already laid out. Levels and everything. All you have to do is remake them in new equipment and kind of polish up the parts that maybe didn't work as well as they wanted them into in the original. So why not, in this streamlining process, take that property and assign it to the proper house, and then let somebody, you know, a developer team that's in that house actually make that game instead of just canceling it altogether. It just seems like they didn't have confidence that the Prince of Persia game would sell anyway. After, I think this was announced in 2020, so I mean, like, after 6 years of kind of letting it sit there, they're finally like, well, maybe not. That's just weird.
Well, it looks like, it appears as though they had narrowed the release window down between the 1st of this year and the 31st of March of this year. So first quarter. So
they had originally just planned that it was already done, but it's not done. And okay.
So they went ahead and canceled. It's probably because again, the game was supposed to be released like 2 years after the original announcement. And then they were like, okay, we're going to push it to 2026 first quarter. And then they canceled it, which means it probably looked the same. Like, nobody's going in and checking on these guys to make sure they're doing their job, because it didn't look good to start with when you released the trailer. Like, what is happening at Ubisoft? I know they got other crap going on, but come on, man.
I feel like what happened at Ubisoft is that they got so caught up in Skull and Bones and having to push that out because they had made a deal with a foreign government to fund it, so they could not release it, that they got so tripped up in that they weren't looking at anything else. And then when they did look, they were like, oh, everything's on fire. And you're like, well, I mean, yeah, I guess it is. It's because you didn't care and weren't putting any funds or, you know, creative allocations to anything except for this one thing that's also not doing great. So yeah, everything is on fire. And now they're like, cut our losses. What can we do? Streamline this, AI that, make everything easy. We need to sell 1 million of everything. So I feel like they're in panic mode, but they're trying to seem calm on the outside.
Well, they know Assassin's Creed's gonna sell as long as they try to stick with the same formula. They know that's gonna sell.
But if that's a remake and Prince of Persia is a remake and they can't do remakes, what happens?
Well, I think it depends on who they put in with the Assassin's Creed one, because that one's supposed to be in Unreal 5.
Okay.
Where I have no, I think they were using the PS1 original graphics for the
Do you
remake
think that was a
of Prince of
stylistic
Persia.
choice? They're like, oh, people want it to look like the
It was
original.
definitely a stylistic choice, but again, you can make it have that cartoony look to kind of have that same feel.
Yeah.
And still make it look good. There's so many games that look good that are cartoony looking. Like there's no reason to not do that. I just think they put people in there that shouldn't have done it to start with, and that maybe that's why they're reorganizing now. Why did we put people in charge? I had no idea what they were doing. Oh, well, maybe we should do that now. How do you run a game company this way? It's so weird to me. But with you got Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six are the ones that are mentioned that are part of their biggest properties that they're putting together. Okay, so those people they're going to focus on. Which, if everything's part of the same universe, it's still weird to me that Avatar is part of the same entire universe. By the way, because the Avatar game they created is Avatar Far Cry. Is all it really is. It's a Far Cry game.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
It is built exactly like. So if you like Far Cry games and you like Avatar, I recommend it because it's a fun game when it comes to that. It's not a great game, but it's a fun game.
I'm not a fan of Avatar.
Then you've got your competitive and cooperative, like Griff was talking about. Enlisted in that, you got the Division, the Ghost Recon, and Splinter Cell. What I see, and I don't know why. Cooperative shooter, I guess because it's cooperative and not competitive for Splinter Cell's fine. But you gave us 3 years ago a teaser for Splinter Cell game, and we haven't seen anything on that one yet.
Yeah.
Can I have a remaster of Chaos Theory, please? Just note that down somewhere, please.
That's all
Anyone.
I want.
Anyone,
all
anywhere,
I want is a
just note it down
remaster
for
of Chaos Theory. It is hands down the best Splinter Cell, and the co-op on that is perfect. The fact that you in game can have a conversation, but you have to be as quiet as possible, and there's a little meter that tells you if you're being too loud for anything, and anything can go south quick just by talking to each other. It's fantastic. And now if you
want to
could
do that, just give me one, please.
Yeah, like just give me the game. Like give me a game like that. I'll be fine with it. But the Division's going to be microtransactions. Ghost Recon is microtransactions. I believe they have them in Far Cry now. Assassin's Creed has microtransactions of some sort. Rainbow Six is definitely microtransactions. How much money can we make off of each one of these? And then they go, oh, and we want our live experience. For Honor, which I saw a commercial for the other day.
Really?
Yeah, granted, it was on a website, but I saw it because they have a new
expansion?
A new expansion out. But I didn't know people were still playing this game. I'll be honest.
I didn't either. I haven't heard anything
I'm not
about
surprised
it
at all. It has a very strong player base because there is no game like it.
I mean, I don't disagree.
I 100% agree.
About it.
I 100% agree that there is no game like it. I'm just shocked that after all these years, because that game was 2017, is that right?
I think
yes.
So.
Like it's nearly 10 years.
16 or 17. It's been a while.
2017, February 9, 2017, and we are here almost 10 years later, and it's still holding on.
Is still holding strong.
7,200 players in game. Goes down to $1.50.
Is it really?
Yeah, lowest recorded price $1.50.
That's funny.
Okay.
So you got For Honor, microtransactions, The Crew, microtransactions, Riders Republic, which I have no idea what that even is, but I'm guarantee it's microtransactions.
Isn't The Crew? Didn't they close that one completely though?
They closed down. I think The Crew has different iterations of it.
So it was not okay.
They closed down a set of servers for
one of the.
Okay. That's like 5 years old, 6 years old, whatever.
Yeah, I just remember it being kind of.
I'm sure. Deal. Oh, Riders Republic. That's the one where it's like you can do snowboarding and, like paragliding,
dirt biking,
and stuff like, yeah, all that type of stuff. That's what that is.
Extreme.
Yes. Again, microtransactions. Brawlhalla, which is a fighting game, correct?
Brawlhalla, yeah.
Brawlhalla, which has been around a hot minute too. That game's probably pushing 12 years or more.
Chicken
I
can look
think.
it up.
Yep.
Brawler-
And then of
Brawler's
course
been out for
Skull
a
and
while.
Bones,
Skull and Bones,
which
which
is
doing so well.
which was in development for like 10 years and then finally got released. But those are all, how can we make more money? Because those are the live games that are there. And then they named their narrative, which is their Annos series, which I've never played any of, but every time I
Isn't
see a
that
commercial for one, I think it looks good.
a strategy game?
It's a city builder.
Or city builder,
It's-
okay.
It's a city builder, I believe. You got Might and Magic series, which is pretty popular. Rayman, which I'm not sure if they've done anything with Rayman recently.
No, I don't think so.
But
They
They
did a
that's a
that
good-
remake.
Yeah, not that long ago. Well, I
Yeah,
say
I'm
that. That
sure
could have
they
been
could
10 years ago for all I know, with time being what it is.
No shit.
And they got listed Prince of Persia, of course, which they just eliminated the remakes. So we'll see what happens with that. And then Beyond Good and Evil, which has been in development hell for 10 years, 12 years, because they went
I
through.
wonder if they canceled the Prince of Persia one to try to funnel money into Beyond Good and Evil. Because, I mean, they showed a trailer at Game Fest or something like 4 years ago, 5 maybe. And people were super pumped because they were finally showing something, and nothing has happened.
Yeah, that's when they
since then.
that's when they did the artist thing that like they were going to go on Fiverr basically and get the artist type deal or whatever it was. Or no, it was going to be a competition. You send your art in and then your reward would be that it was in the
We're
game
paying
instead
you
of
an
paying
exposure,
people to do it.
essentially.
Yeah, I remember that. Like it was awful. Like everybody,
Yeah.
4 or 5 years ago for that one. But I want to say it was like 7 to 10, somewhere in between there when the original announcement came out, and it was like it's called 2, but it's a prequel, and we all were like, "That's weird. Why would you do that?" And then Red Dead Redemption comes out. But I mean, they've got a good amount of games that are set up. And I don't understand why they didn't have them categorized before. And maybe this helps the company in some ways, like helps us as a consumer for the company. Because when it comes to the quality of the game, it's not going to help us when it comes to the microtransactions and all that bullshit. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that maybe the quality of the games will be up a little bit. It'll be interesting to see with all these in-house games and what they end up releasing. But, the Division, I don't think they're going to do anything with the Division. I think Division 2 was the last iteration of it. I'd be very surprised if we ever have a Division 3.
Same.
They're working on it apparently.
Really?
They say
If
they
I'm not
are,
mistaken.
but I don't know.
Division, the first
2 is
Division
still
was
going
good.
strong.
Yeah.
Division 2 or Division was good. Is a good concept. Is a great concept. You could evolve that gameplay into something bigger. Like you could have turned that into like a zombie game too, where you just kind of fill it, and you've almost got like a Resident Evil style where you're in a city and there are zombies everywhere, and you've got to try to work your way through them. You make too much noise. You draw all that. Like there is a lot of potential for what they can do with the Division. It's just
You know what's
Again,
interesting that's
Ubisoft
not listed in this too?
fumbles the
Watchdog.
bag.
Well, Watch
That's
Dogs is
dead.
dead. Yeah. Watch Dogs
It is dead.
well dead. Well, but I mean, to me, this says something else as well. This says we are going to rely on our previous titles. We will not, there is no room at Ubisoft for new IP. Only what we already have. New iterations of what we have. And I think that is probably part of the problem. And I know people will be like, well, Skull and Bones was something new. No, it was Black Flag. And they were supposed to turn Black Flag into an open world game where you could play and sail the high seas in a multiplayer setting. And that's not really what they did. They kind of went off the rails on that and gave people not what they wanted. I mean, of course, you can't, as a developer and as a publisher, you can't always give everybody everything that they want.
They should have made a
But
pirate game.
They should have made a pirate game.
It should have been a straight up pirate game. And been like, okay, we're gonna do this, and they could have done world building, they could have done whatever you wanted with that, but it should have been a straight up pirate game and created a whole new franchise because people were craving for it, and nobody outside of Sea of Thieves has really built a really good pirate game.
True that.
And I mean, that's what we all kind of expected from Skull and Bones, was a big pirate game that was more about the feel of what we had in Black Flag, but it wasn't. That's not what they gave us. But that, I mean, like, nowhere in this list does it even insinuate to me that at any point they will be working on new IPs. It will only be new iterations of current properties, which is
you gotta
probably going to
farm,
hurt
tend
them.
the fields that they already know. Tend the fields they already know. They can harvest from them. It's guaranteed. It's not risk planting a new field and
I mean,
the crop's
I don't
not
disagree,
growing and
but
it's a
at the
waste of
same
money.
time, I feel like a lot of their... It's kind of like when we've been playing Ale and Tell in our free time. It's a tavern game, but your customer base starts giving you less and less money and XP for items that they get all of the time. And I feel like that's kind of like what's happening with Ubisoft, where their return is not as great as it used to be because people are kind of tired of... I mean, like, yeah, I do like a good baked potato, but I don't want to have a baked potato every day for the next 10 years. I'm going to get tired of it.
It's because, as we have stated so many times throughout the years, is that companies have slowly forgotten what video games are. They are fun and they are art. Mm-hmm. You have to have one or the other, and if you have both, that's incredible. You have to make your game fun, and if it's fun, you got plenty of friend slops, some indie games who know how to do it, or people who are making a piece of art, an incredible story, a wonderful vision that they have that they want you to experience. Mm-hmm. But at this point, these companies have forgotten both of those and are just like, we need to make more Assassin's Creed. People it doesn't even matter how it plays or whatever. They'll buy it because it's Assassin's Creed. Same thing with Call of Duty. Same thing with NFL games. Everything. You sell on title, not content anymore.
It went from somebody painting a canvas to a printing press that's printing the same issue over and over again.
Exactly, which is why indie studios are exploding. They're making their own games. They're trying to make something that they want people to play or they want to share with people, where big companies are just forcing the people to make something that makes money.
Do you think some of it, and this is just a thing that just occurred to me, so and it's not a fully fleshed out thought yet, but do you think that some of the problem is that we have been, like, these games are not inherently on their own bad. A good Assassin's Creed is good. I mean, it just is, and it could still exist, but it's become so homogenized that we're like, I know what to expect from every one of these. You're not going to tell me a different story that I haven't seen from you yet, or a different experience. It's going to be the same. And Ubisoft's like, yeah, but you like that because it's like comfort food. And it's like, yeah, but I've had too much comfort food. Can you show me something exciting? Like, I need my bran muffin to go away for a little while and come out as a blueberry muffin.
You gotta redesign the story, and the best one that I can put out there is Resident Evil 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I mean,
we're very similar. 4 completely changed the game. 4 I was like, holy shit. 4, 5, 6. Okay, you went same, more action, really high action.
It didn't work.
Okay, you got crazy. Completely redefined it again. 7. Changed the entire thing. It was still Resident Evil, but completely different. And then 8 and 9. You have to redesign or completely change it while finding the heart of what it is and giving a new play, a new feel to it. But they're just doing the same thing. Over and over again for 20 years now.
I will say this with Assassin's Creed. I think they've tried. I just don't think they know how to implement these things well. And the way I say is that because you get through 1 and 2 are basically the same. Of course, Brotherhood and Revelation are the same, all the same game anyway with 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then you get to 3, and 3 goes, we're going to introduce a ship, right? The rest of the game might not have been fleshed out well. It's one of my favorites of the bunch just because I like the setting. Not necessarily the acting and a bunch of other stuff that you can complain about. But then you get to 4. 4 completely reinvented the game.
Good job. You did it. Hence why it's so well received.
Right. Then they try to create Unity, which was back to the original formula. Rogue came out at the same time, which people sleep on that damn game. Rogue is good.
It's because they released it only for the previous gen consoles. Like,
I know.
That's the frustrating part.
And it's because Unity came out for the new ones, and that was on there. But you can get it now. Everybody can get it now. Highly recommend.
What was the game that came out of Black Flag? It was Syndicate, right?
Syndicate
was...
It was the co-op version.
Unity, then Syndicate.
Yeah,
Unity failed because it was so horribly... I remember everybody complaining about how that game ran when it came out.
Syndicate?
It was like
I don't
giant
remember.
Not Syndicate.
turd.
Unity was.
Unity was the
Unity,
one that came
Unity.
out so terrible. Yeah, your Syndicate's the
Unity,
one
not
with the
Syndicate.
brother
Syndicate was
sister in
okay.
England.
They re-found their footing, but that's the thing is like when you had Black Flag evolve that idea. People loved it. How do we grow from that? How can we evolve this idea into more Assassin's Creed? And you can do that for another game, maybe another two. Then you reset again. You go heavy co-op. Then you're redefining your series again.
But they
And
tried that.
if you do, but that's how you can adjust it.
Well, I say
Well, do
heavy
you-
co-op. They
it's
tried
a-
to do the online thing. They wanted the
Yeah.
map clutter. That's what happened with Unity. Unity,
Ugh,
they tried
too
too
much
much
map
at one
bloat.
time.
Yeah, like
That's because
keep it
Unity,
simple.
if you remember, when we first got a look at Unity, which looked gorgeous,
I
Yeah,
mean,
they
it
did a
is.
great
It's
job
so
of making
pretty.
a great, what was that, revolutionary style France, right?
Yeah, French Revolution.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
the first
So you had that, and everybody thought you were going to have co-op, like co-op,
Yeah, like true
Yeah.
co-op.
to be
but
able
it
to play the
wasn't.
game and be able to play as a woman. That was a thing too.
Yep.
And none of those were available to you outside of the entering the live part of it that would show up for the online stuff that she was talking about. Then you had, okay, well, you're going to be able to play as a woman, but you're also playing as a man too, because you have to go back and forth. And Syndicate is a good Assassin's Creed game, and it's a good amount of variety. It's the Industrial Revolution part of London.
Yes.
And so that one was set up really well. Then eventually we got to, okay, we had Origins. We're going to start back. Let's go to ancient Egypt, right? And we're going to reinvent by, this is what the eagle vision really is, an eagle, right? Let's create that opportunity. This is how it started, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Then eventually you get to Odyssey, and you get the choice of playing male or female in Odyssey. And then it is, with that one, a lot of people really like that game, and a lot of people really did not like that game. I think there's people that on both sides of it was too
it was
bloated.
definitely a 50-50 style where people enjoyed it, but it was just a lot of game, like so
And then you're
much.
getting
Yeah, I
into
played Odyssey. That one was because I did Origins, which that one, like all the side missions and shit like that you have to kind of do in order to level up and make it through the game, where they're basically fucking rescuing Corky in World of Warcraft constantly.
Yeah, I forgot that they added so much like true RPG. That again should have been something that you did for a set of games later on, was do an RPG style of games and then go to something else.
Odyssey was all right. It was just there was a lot to it, like a fuck ton to it.
Well, they want you to play the game forever. They don't need you to log in all the time.
Well, then you get to Valhalla, and they go, how much bloat can we throw into a game?
We need you to log in all
How
the
can
time.
we make this not feel like an Assassin's Creed game by making him a Viking instead of just creating a Viking game? Literally, Ubisoft set on two ideas that they could have made bank on by going, hey guys, let's make a pirate game. That was successful. And then the other one goes, let's make Assassin's Creed a Viking. And somebody in the room could have gone, why don't we just make a Viking game?
It was probably that
instead
meme
of
of the guy getting thrown out the window after that.
Why
Yes.
didn't they just do what they did in Black Flag? Black Flag is not an Assassin's Creed game. Your main character isn't an assassin
He
either.
doesn't join
He fits into the assassin's world, but he is still a pirate. Period. With a little bit of assassin in the story.
But I think
that you could have done the exact same thing. You got a Viking who's in the assassin world, but he's a Viking first. You can do it. You've done it once.
But
it was super successful.
You're touching on a thing that took me out of it a little bit too, because in the first few games you have a twofold story that's happening. You have what's happening in the past and Desmond's story that's happening in the present, and trying to figure out what the deal is.
Which is what makes those games so good.
Yeah, it is. It is really good. And then, I'm sorry, spoiler for a million-year-old game, by Assassin's Creed 3, they kill off that character in order to insert you as the player as the new Desmond, which is, it breaks the illusion of immersion when the character in the game is trying to address you in the armchair playing the game. They
should have just cut that out in 4. They should have just left the Assassin's
Well-
Creed trilogy as a boxed set and then just moved on.
It felt like they
Here's your-
moved away from
Here's your areas where they're going to put advertisements, by the way,
Yeah,
when
there
you're in
you
the
go.
real world.
But they moved away from that intrigue of like the Brotherhood, the Assassins and the Templars, and like the back and forth there, and how they got to present day, and what the organizations look like in present day, and things like that. All of that intrigue gone. They're just now telling you historical historical fiction under the guise of the Assassin's Creed title. It got away from the cool intrigue part. And because I don't think you could have carried that on for a million games anyway. But I think that's where they should have started trying to figure out what to replace that with. And instead of replacing that, they were just like, just nip that in the bud and let's go ahead and go around with whatever the actual Assassin's Creed story that we want to tell in the history thing is. Which is, I guess, okay. It just feels weird as the series kind of fights with itself about what it's supposed to be about.
Yeah, that's always been the problem with Assassin's Creed. Is it just like after 4, it started feeling like it just got lost. The people
Even
who
in
made
4,
it weren't
again,
really sure.
That was just one of the most jarring things about 4 to me, is like going into the current day and having the characters that had been addressing Desmond and had been part of that storyline addressing you, the player, is like, this is a bit contrived. Let's not do that. You could have given me another auxiliary character instead of it trying to be me.
Yeah, well, you're trying to figure out what's exactly is going on, right? So, but it's like also a little jarring being in first person versus third person.
Yeah, swapping that around was strange. That was a choice.
Yeah. So, but because I think that was what was cool about Desmond. Desmond was still in third person,
because you're witnessing the story, not in the story, was just what they wanted.
Right, but it's also allows you to be able to do like Assassin's Creed type things versus my character's got to get in an elevator and go up and kind of sneak around a little bit. It's like, okay.
This happens every time we talk about Ubisoft, is we all get diverted onto Assassin's Creed because it's a series that we all enjoy or enjoyed and see the flaws with it and see where it started stumbling. And I agree, bloat. I know Assassin's Creed is not the only Ubisoft game series that had that bloat that happened. They started doing it with Far Cry, and I stopped playing the series, so I know it's probably worse now than the last title that I played, which I think was 5. Yeah, 5.
Yep.
So just the problem is Ubisoft's trying to put too much in there, and they're trying to create too much fake player engagement, because you'll have people that are completionists that see that map and be like, well, I got to do all of this, right? And then you have people like me that see that map in one of the something online, like on a Reddit post, and it's like, that's too much for me, dog. I love me a big, expansive game like Red Dead 2 is huge, and I love it for how big it is and everything that you can do in it, but I also don't feel pressured by it. So, and I feel like a lot of the Ubisoft games, you look at that map and it's automatically, you feel like, there's so much here. I have to do so much. Is this a job?
It's interesting you bring that up, though, because I feel like what Red Dead does really well is it organically makes you find these things.
Yeah, it doesn't map clutter you.
There's not a thing on a map, right? Like you just walk up and you go, wait, is there something strapped to that tree or that stump or whatever? And your curiosity makes you find it, and then that leads you to the next area that you need to go to versus it being on the map already.
Yeah.
Build a world. Let us play in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be more like a sandbox, less like just a subway map.
Less of a job.
Yeah.
Like you see thing on point, you just click to the next one, you go to it. You click to the next one, you go to it. You have, and that's why Red Dead did it so perfectly. I mean, yeah, you got your little markers around the map, but roaming around, just kind of, riding your horse around, and you just see random shit that you want to go off and see, oh, what's that out there? Is that a random house? I'll go out there. What's that over there? And you just kind of, play the game.
I feel like, and this is just an artistic thing that I think Red Dead hit well on, is that map, when you do open it up late in the game and there is a bunch of stuff on it, it's not a bunch of map clutter with like markers and things that you need to go do and all of this. It's little things that Arthur drew on the map because he saw them. And he's got his journal that he keeps. Like, that's part of his character. It's not overdone clutter garbage. It feels like it was like an organic piece of the story that also tells you kind of who Arthur is. It adds to the character. It does not make me feel like I have to go see everything, you know?
And that was a nice thing that they did in Silent Hill 2 Remake, is that every time you walk up into something, James will write it. He'll just pull out the map and he'll write it down. So you feel like James is mapping out the world as you're playing. It's a nice connection to to the mechanics. It bridges that. Because Resident Evil, there is none of that. Like, it's just an open up map. You got green and red rooms, whatever. It's not a part of it. You don't really feel connected to it. But it's nice in games like that where they kind of let you role play a little more deep into those mechanics. It's not just a mechanic; it's a piece of your character too. And that's art. That's people like watching the details of things and giving it just a little more love when they don't have to.
And I understand that Rockstar is not like an indie company who cares about every single one of the people working on the game and all of this stuff. They're not amazing. I get it. But at the same time, they do have a level of attention to detail, and they're also not releasing their franchise games every year or 2 years or whatever. They
barely release a game a decade.
Yeah, they cook them until they're ready, which is why we had GTA get pushed back. And like, if anybody was mad about that, then they don't want a quality game. But other companies would benefit from things like that. Like, narrow down how many games you want to release a year and focus on what quality of game you want to release.
I'm wondering too, though, like with Rockstar, they can get away with it because they've created a juggernaut with GTA 5, right? And so it allows them to continue to build their other games. I think I'm trying to see if Rockstar is publicly traded. I think they might be.
I think they are,
but they're not going to be worth as much as Ubisoft is on that public trade. No, they are not publicly traded. No. They are not.
Well, there's another
Take-Two
reason.
Interactive that owns them is, but they're not.
Okay, yeah.
Because they're not beholden to shareholders, so they don't have to push out trash every year to sell.
As long as they're making money for Take-Two, they don't care.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I guess that's true. I guess as long as they're making money and Take-Two is fine with it.
I mean, Take-Two has their own issues, but it's one of those where I think they're gonna let Rockstar be Rockstar. Yeah. They might not do that with all their brands, but with that particular one, I think they're gonna do it because, you know, they're being very successful. So, and like Red Dead Redemption 2 was, unfortunately, didn't support the online the way they should have, but the rest of the product that they produced was absolutely fantastic. So, I guess they'll allow them to do whatever on that. But it's Ubisoft has a lot of issues that they need to a lot of issues that they need to work out. And maybe they can't produce out and do what they need to because they're not as well organized, but maybe they're working on it now.
Ubisoft's been sliding down this slope for a while now, though. Like, if I fully believe that if they could get away with firing almost all of their staff and replacing them with AI right now, they do it and then tell their player base to suck it up. Like, I think that's how disconnected from reality they are.
Here's what I would do if I worked for Ubisoft. Okay.
Quit.
I'd look at creating a pirate game, creating a Viking game. I would take the two characters that they created for the newest Assassin's Creed, because there's one male and one female. One's a ninja and the other one's a samurai. And I would create spin-off games for them for their build up to that particular part or after. I don't know how the game ends, but so if you could do that but make them a samurai game and a ninja game. So not an Assassin's Creed. And you could just call it whatever her name is and say an Assassin's Creed story or something else, an Assassin's Creed story. That's what I would do. If you really want to create the world, create something that's a different type of gameplay, like Chicken was saying earlier. If you want to maintain your Assassin's Creed stuff and then create an entire game system that's set up around that's different. If you want to keep that other one the same. So at least you're building the world. Yeah,
that'd be perfect, because then you just go the Brotherhood, an assassin story, and then Valhalla, a Viking story, because then you've slowly shifted the title, and now you kind of can move that and then start making offshoot games. You kind of leave Assassin's Creed behind, but it gives you a way to kind of move your entire audience together into a new period of games. But they've been milking the Assassin's Creed title for fucking 20 goddamn years that I don't think they could stop calling things Assassin's Creed.
Well, but like they tried to change some of the stuff between the Assassin's Creed and the Assassins and the Templars.
Yeah.
And at some point, you know what made Star Wars really good for a lot of people is the fact at some point the bad guys were in charge.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
what we considered the bad guys are in charge.
Technically, because I mean, Rogue, which you mentioned people sleep on, you're a Templar. Although I think that maybe by the end of the game you're not. I'm not sure how that one ends. It is one that I have not played. But they did that, and then in 4, that's also something that they started exploring there as well, which is like Kenway didn't commit to one side or the other for a large chunk of the game because he was not. That was not who he was, but you were seeing the events happen around him with those two factions, and then by the end, there's got to be a choice and things like that. So they did try to turn it on its head a little bit and let you see other sides, but I think it's hard to sell why don't you enjoy the Templars more when the entire franchise is called Assassin's Creed?
Right.
Again, why you try to change the title, kind of break away from that. You pigeonhole yourself into
literally
a very
have one called
specific
Templar.
title.
That's all it is, just Templar. And it's the continuation of whatever big bad thing happened at the end of the last Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
And you create one called Templar. And then however that plot line works afterwards, but it shows the Templars in charge of what happened. The world is shit or whatever it is that's supposed to happen. And then now you're trying to swap it and go back the other direction.
Oh.
You know, so you have that Empire Strikes Back moment, right?
Yeah.
So you have
The Templar's Creed. There you go.
Templars Creed.
The most
Or
recent.
just
Templars
Knights Templar.
Revenge.
Oh, a Knights Templar.
Uh,
Oh, there you go. You could have. There are options. If they would have had any sort of creative people in that room at any point in the last 20 years, they could have diverted the way the series went, the franchise went. But
the most.
I mean, they still have potential. But
The most recent stuff on Steam anyway for the last Assassin's Creed game, which was Shadows, the reviews are currently mixed, and
yeah,
it is
that.
like one of the reviewers mentioned, and I feel like I agree with this. It says, just like every game since Odyssey, this game is as wide as an ocean and as shallow as a puddle. I feel like that really nails it, where it's like they made the games so gigantic, but there's no depth to them. So the thing that you're telling me, the story you're telling me, even if it could have been a great story, gets so washed by the fact that you want me to go here to do this petty thing, go here to do this, open the menu so that I can take you to the microtransaction shop so that you can do this, build this, wear that. It's just, it becomes nothing. That is the artistry that was lost, is the story. I mean, these games always look good. They do. They look great. But looks will only take you so far, just like in real life. There has to be more depth.
You got to have more substance.
Yes, there needs
True
to be
that,
more
true
depth to it, and it's just, I don't know. Whatever. We're obviously experts on how to make a great game. Clearly, we know exactly what we're talking about.
I mean, we've seen for 30 years, we have seen games come and go, succeed and fail. It's not that hard to look at your community around you and see what works, what doesn't, how it works, and how it doesn't. Like, I mean, but again, I'm just too lazy to get out there and become a CEO and stomp over people and make the best thing in the world, make tons of money.
Well,
Not greedy enough. Things like good games take time. At least we've got some people out there that make good games.
Well, I also think you have people that are in charge of these large corporations. I think a lot of times aren't willing to take a whole lot of chances because they see that as a failure if you do it. But the indies are willing to do it because of the fact that this is their vision. This is where we'll start, and it's the only way we're going to make it I want to play a game this way. Let me make a game the way I want to play it. But it's also that mentality of we're going to take the chance on this because we want other people to have that experience that we want. Where a lot of, I would argue, if you go to any of the large corporations and ask them what the most recent game they played were, the CEO, what's the most recent game you played? Most of them couldn't answer that question.
You're not wrong.
Most of them couldn't answer that question. I think that's the reason a lot of people like Phil so much at Xbox, is because everybody turns around and goes, he always has some type of shirt on for gaming. He feels like a regular guy, and he can tell you what games he loves and what games he's playing. And where if you go to Andrew Wilson, the vampire, he's going to tell us how, chess was invented because he was there when it happened. But
Stop.
you know what I mean? So it's like you have just a difference in mentality. And that was the reason everybody loved Reggie. Even though Reggie,
I was about to say
really
Nintendo too.
Yeah, like Bowser wasn't there really long enough as Reggie was, but it is one of those where I still felt like he was a gamer, like he enjoyed it, and definitely the guys in Japan enjoy making their games.
Oh,
so
yes.
it's very it's just a different world, and I'm interested to see what the restructuring actually does, if it does anything from our side of, if we can see a difference.
I doubt
yeah, but I don't know on.
Well,
I think Ubisoft solved all their problems if they'd listen, right?
Yeah, if they would listen.
That's the thing, though, is that's the problem. People, like you mentioned, don't play games. They're not even playing their own studios' games because they're not gamers. They're business people. So they're not going to listen to the gamers because that's just a bunch of nerds. And what do they know about making all the money in the world?
Right.
It's their money you want to make, though. So, we mentioned Ubisoft would gladly fire their people and make it all AI if they could. Steam has recently amended, not really changed, but amended their AI disclosure, but they still feel like it's important for people to know, and I agree. Like, I definitely feel like AI is at a place where we want to know what we're playing, and we want to know if it was made by AI or by a people, and sometimes that matters. To some people it doesn't, and that's fine, go off, but the disclosure is important. And I feel like Steam's like, we understand that sometimes it's about efficiency and everything, but you still need to let people know. So if it's kind of a middle ground where it's not, the game wasn't made by AI, it was used as a tool, then that's less egregious.
Well,
I guess.
if I'm not mistaken, it's basically if your game has anything that was made by AI, they have to say it. Like if you use AI to help you write a code, yeah, that's fine. That the AI part is not
Anything
in the game.
generative, basically.
Anything.
Yep.
Like if I used it to make a picture and you use that inside the game, cool, that's AI. If you use that picture and then drew your own, that's not. So they're trying to make it so that there's a line there that if you make something that's AI and put it inside your game, you have to let them know. If you make something and it helps you make something and you put that inside the game, that's not. So Steve's trying to make a balance to it, but I'm sure they've gotten a ton of kickback and complaints from big companies and whatnot.
Yeah.
So they're trying to balance how much you have to say, but at least they're doing something. At least they're like, hey, if there's any part of AI that is inside this game, you have to let people know.
Well, and I think there's a lot of people that are beginning to understand the difference between using AI as a tool, and I really wish they would change the vernacular for both. So it's like, instead of saying AI for a tool, rechange the tool's name. Like if I'm saying it, yes, it's AI, but say I'm using a robotic tool or whatever you want to call it, right? But then that way people understand the difference between saying that and the generative AI.
It's a machine, a learning machine. That's pretty much all it is.
Right now they all are. None of them are actually intelligent at this point. But, but I mean, like people like to point out things like, a spell checker is technically AI, or a search engine is also going to use AI or whatnot. Yeah, I know you don't have to disclose if you were like, I Googled
calculators are technically AI too. They're just a learned machine.
But I think we need I think the term generative AI is what we're going to be seeing a lot of this year, because that is where people are going to start getting picky enough to delineate, like, this is okay. It's fine if you Googled the thing. It's fine if you fed a chat prompt to Chat GPT and then you were like, yeah, okay, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Let me flesh it out and make it better. And you still did the rest of it yourself. They're not going to be okay with, this game is all made with AI art, because that's generative AI. Instead of it being AI as a tool, you were using it to make the product altogether, which is still technically a tool, but you're not using it to help you. You're using it to do it for you. And there's a difference.
Yes.
It's kind of like teaching kids homework stuff and all. It's like, yeah, we can't do it for you. It's to help you learn, not to do it for you.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's math, between math doing it in your head and math on a calculator. You could use a calculator to help you, but back in the old days when we were in school, teachers always told us you're not always going to have a calculator, so you have to learn how to do math by hand or in your head. It's the same principle. Is you can use the generative AI to help you, but you have to do it by hand.
Yeah.
Same thing. Calculator. You could use it to help you, but you have to be able to do it yourself. Same principle. It's just a new time with a new tool, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, some of these companies are putting way too much.
You can write code that's continued to be buggy, right?
Yeah.
You've gone through 3 people that can't figure out why it's bugging out. Now you take that code, you put it into your AI, and you say, why is this bugging out? Basically, right? However you want to word that. And then it turns back and goes, oh, because of this.
That's using
this is what we're trying to get.
You wrote the code. It just told you what you did wrong.
Right. Yeah, it's the equivalent to taking your car that's fucked up and going to a mechanic, and the mechanic looks at it and goes, I can't tell what the problem is. What's he do? He plugs a computer in it, and it analyzes the thing, and it goes, oh, here's the problem. Such and such valve's messed up. Got it. Let's repair it. But guess what? Mechanic still repairs it at the end of the day, not the little plug thing that he plugged in.
Yeah.
True that. And then you get into problems where the AI tells you what you have to fix, and then you fix that, and that broke another problem. You got to put it back in there. Like, what caused this problem? And now you're going back and forth. You fix what problem, and something else pops up.
There are several long-running games that we know, like, it's well known, has spaghetti code and things like that in it. And I just kind of wonder what would happen if you plugged that into an AI. Would the AI be like, nah, man, you fucked?
Yeah, probably go nah. That's why I've been playing a lot of League lately, and this new season they brought the game down a bit. They made it a little more, I won't say arcadey, but they made it a little simpler, more fast paced, a little bit more arcadey. But the rumor is that they're going to re-release the client next year, entirely new game built from the ground up, entirely fresh. To start over, and they did this to kind of bring the simplicity of the depth of game, so when they move it over, it's not that much. There's not that many pieces. It's like taking what used to have 150,000 pieces, and then this season they brought it down to like 50,000, and then they can move that over and translate it, and then you've got a whole new code. It's fresh from the start. Because some of these things that are coded in this game are like coded as TMOs or coded as wards. Like they are coded in such a way that if you broke something in like in a different code, it would break every part of the game.
Yeah.
Like you're building on this giant thing that is held together by duct tape. You're like, God, I hope Timo doesn't break. If Timo breaks, then everything else in the game falls apart. But yeah, it's. Yeah, the AI. Yeah, put that in there, and the AI would probably just quit. Like,
it's got spaghetti code from 2009.
Yeah,
that's when the game was released. So the game, that's crazy.
They've just been building on top of the game, and on top of the game, and on top of the game, and changing things, and
17
using
years
assets.
Of spaghetti.
Yeah, so that's why a lot of people are feeling that they're going to be, the rumor that they're going to re-release the game in an entirely rebuilt system so that it runs a whole lot better, which I do not get them. It definitely needs it. It's old. It's 17 years. Built on top.
What do we want to talk about next?
We could jump to the big one.
The
The
big
Steam
one.
winners. There's the Steam Awards.
From last year. Yeah, since this is our first
yeah.
show back since then, and that happened at the end of the year. I mean,
Yeah.
none of it was really that surprising.
And all the sales are already done too.
Yeah, Hollow Knight did well. Expeditions 3 only won a couple of things. People are like, that's surprising. It's like, is it? Hollow Knight was huge on Steam. I don't know why you're surprised. It's voted by Steam people.
Well, I
voted,
mean,
yeah, I was gonna say it's voted
so
by
is
Steam.
Expedition
community only.
33, but I think it's one of those where it's also fresher. Hollow Knight came out just before all the award stuff did, so I think
Very
it's one of those.
Came
where,
out in September.
Yeah, I mean everything on that list. There wasn't anything that shocked anybody.
hey,
I don't
better
think.
with friends. Peak. Just
Yeah,
saying.
it's true. It is better with
Peak
friends.
one.
Oh, 100% better with friends. 100%. Great game. Incredible game.
Yeah. Well, let's talk Fable because that's
Oh,
looking
yes.
forward
Let me
to
get.
late autumn or in autumn.
We have been complaining for, and I think they're doing the Capcom thing too, and the Nintendo thing, which, oh my god, Microsoft just keep doing this. We have been complaining for what, I think 6 years now, 7 years that they showed us the teaser. It announced that it was being made, and it showed us a teaser, and then basically have been radio silent for 6 years.
Aside from the
5 or 6
occasional, yeah,
years.
we're still working on it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think this was the Xbox Developer Direct. They just are like, "Yo, people, you want some Fable? Here it is." And I saw it on Reddit. I was scrolling because somebody's like, "Here's the trailer for Fable," and I was like, "It was on the PS5," and I was like, "The PS5? Wow, I haven't seen any of this. This is crazy. How have I missed this?" And then there's a whole 13-minute video of the Fable and the people talking about it and showing off so much of it and the systems inside of it. And I'm like, oh, okay, you just dropped this now? You're like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Now is the time. It looks good. I'm going to get hyped, but definitely going to wait and see how it comes out at the end because I know I like to get excited for things. But it looks good. It's showing all of the right things. The combat looks simple, fun. It's not overly dramatic. It's not super fantastic. It's simple sword fighting, simple bow and arrows, magic. But the gameplay depth to it is huge. It's like the opposite, where you've got a little pond that goes way down. Lots of different magics that you could do. Story looks good, and what I believe is the successor to the Nemesis system, the population system. I think that's what
The
they call it.
population system.
I think that's what they were calling it.
I think it is. Sorry, I was
The
looking.
population.
You're talking
system.
about the way they'll react to you.
Yeah, like having all 1,000
Yes, living population system.
The living population system. They have 1,000 NPCs inside the game. They all have their own personality and traits, and they all change their opinions and react
They
based on what
crack me
they
up
see
on how
you
literal
do.
they are to everything too, by the way. Living population system, which basically exactly what it is, right?
Yes.
But then they
Yeah.
also have it set up to where if the big giant creates and you kill it, they call that the decisions you make affect the world. Like, really?
Look, they spent their creativity actually making the game. They don't need your extra judgmentalness for their lack of creativity on the baseline stuff. Okay, they put it where it counts.
But yeah,
fair.
I like that every time you interact with somebody, because I will interact with characters that Griff doesn't, and they will have a different opinion of me than they will in Griff and her game because she doesn't talk to those people. I do. Or I do talk to them, and I'm rich, so they're a little less mean at me.
Here's my question, though. Okay, here's my question. I'm a loot goblin. I love to go around and steal all the shit that, not like steal, but grab as much stuff as I possibly can, and I'm going to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be mad at me for taking this opportunity to make myself rich when your ass sat at home ringing a bell, because it showed the lady ringing a bell earlier, like a part of the trailer. But I'm like, this was my job. I went out and did this. I worked hard for this, and you're going to get mad at me for I'm rich. I am interested to see if there's like a charity program of some sort to kind of get on
You
the
can help
better
the
side if you are
orphanage.
rich.
Yeah, you could
Yeah,
donate to the orphanage and whatnot. Like, oh,
Yeah. Is there a way for me to get on their good side as the rich guy that owns all the places in town? Because
yes,
you can
because
buy
you
every
make the rent
business,
low.
you can
Make
buy
the rent
every
low.
house.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, like,
interested in the like city builder aspect of it almost, where it's like I want to play that morality system so that I can see can I
it's
buy
a
all of it.
reputation system.
I understand, but it's
They
like
got rid
can
of the
I buy
morality
all of the
system.
stuff but still have people like me? Can I be the greatest? What's the opposite of slumlord? I want to be the opposite of a slumlord. I want to own all of the stuff and everybody friggin' loves it. That's what I
I
would
don't
be.
think you're going to be able to make everybody, because then you're going to get
Okay,
the people who
most
are rich and
people-
stuck up to hate you.
I mean, most people.
Well,
let's go
fuck
with
the
that.
rich.
Yeah, that's how I get like the view of this, is that you can't please everybody.
Well,
You're gonna
yeah,
make
but-
enemies on one side or the
So it's
other.
the 33 rule.
Yes, it is
Yeah,
the 33
33% of
rules.
the people are going to love you. 33% of the people are going to hate you, and then 33% of the people are kind of indifferent to you. You can just win them over one
Exactly.
direction. or the
Like,
other.
I think that's gonna kind of be how it plays out. At least that's kind of what I've gotten out of watching this, is that they're gonna give you lots of ways on how you build your reputation, and what you do can kind of affect all of these different people. I would love it to go even more in depth too. Like, if you piss off a certain group of people, like, they'll eventually just start coming after you, or just start throwing stuff at you, or like people who love animals and you're the chicken chaser and they just start throwing like shit at you while you walk by.
You get
you
assaulted by
kick
PETA, got
chickens.
it.
Yeah, like you keep kicking chickens. Stop kicking chickens. Sorry, it's part of the game. You have to kick chickens.
I sent it. Yeah, I sent it to my oldest. I sent the video to my oldest because the first thing she did playing Fable 1, which she stopped. The game's too old for her, unfortunately. So I'm interested in this one. She goes in and and kicks the chicken is like the very first thing she did. And so I sent her that because of the fact that it pops up a thing for your reputation.
I'm definitely
You're known as a
interested
kicking.
in this
Yeah,
one. Like I played
I'm
the
very
first
interested.
Fable, and I fell off. Like I couldn't stick with the second one, and so I never played the third one. And because the combat for me was always kind of like, I don't really care about this, and I felt like it was too slow, I guess, at the time that I was playing it. So I'm kind of interested in going into this with a let me try this again mindset.
Fable 2 was peak Fable, except for the end. It got real shaky there at the end.
Even then, though, I would still argue it's peak Fable, even though the end is
100%.
wishy-washy.
Fable 1 is incredible. Fable 2 takes that to the next level, even if it is a little shaky in certain parts, but it's still
the ending
evolves
is
the game.
I liked Fable 2 except for the fucking end.
Yeah, the ending is probably the weakest part. Other than that, the entire and that's not saying a lot too, because the ending is still okay. The rest of the game is magnificent, and then
It's still
Fable 3
okay.
it just kind
the
of
build,
goes.
the build made it a letdown. Is basically how that works for Fable 2.
Yes, 100%. Is you were expecting some grandiose thing, and it just kind of was like okay. And then Fable 3 was just not there. So,
Wow.
but I am definitely, they were showing the right things for Fable, and I hope that the people working on it understand how important making this game right is for Microsoft. This can be one of those things that put Microsoft back on the right track. And I mean, they're also playing dirty as hell too, going to PS5, PC, and Xbox right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can drop, if this game is good, like incredibly good, you can drop a very high quality AAA single player RPG on the PS5 and dumpster the rest of the Sony's games that they've been releasing. It's like, Microsoft made this? Oh, I don't want to play it. Maybe I will play it. I can play it on PS5? Okay, maybe I'll play it. And then their sales just explode. It's like, okay.
So one of the writers, I'm trying to see the production part of it. One of the writers used to work for Remedy Entertainment, which is going to be your Alan Wake series, right? In that Remedy?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they did that as well as Control, which is the same universe as Alan Wake. So good possibility of a decent story, because those games have done really well recently.
And the craziest part about this game is that it's made by the developers who made Forza, the car game. Like, they went from making a car game.
Engine.
Yeah,
It's in there because of their engine.
An engine choice.
Oh yeah, it's their engine. Like, even in Forza, even though it's a car game, the environments they made in that game are unbelievable flying around like at 120 miles per hour and like no loads or things like that, where it's just seamless speeding. You're like, damn, first of all, this engine runs pretty damn well. The scenery looks great. Give me that in Fable, like, because the world already looks pretty good, and they said there's no load screens. You just you in the world and you doing it yourself. Like in the original Fable, you'd go to a zone, you'd have the box, and then you'd go to the end and you'd load into the next zone. No, you just go out into the world and say good luck.
So looking at this, the original announcement was in July of 2020. That's the one where they showed the little fairy or whatever it was at the end of the Xbox showcase. The first trailer was in March of 2023. Is that right? Yeah.
Maybe.
No, June. Sorry, June of 2023. Unveiled the first in-game trailer.
So 3 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Now here are 3 years later again.
But we got a release date of autumn this year. So 3 years, 6 years total.
Window. Not
a release
date.
window.
Yep. The window.
Hey, I'm down though. Like if they're gonna do the Nintendo thing where they're like, all right, here's a release window and we're ready. It's like, okay, now you're gonna show it off. You're building up the hype and you're gonna release it. You're looking at
third or fourth quarter of this year, depending on when they release it. So I'm okay.
Depends on when's GTA 6 coming out. I put that in quotations.
November?
Yeah, I think it's November. Right. Yeah, I think it got moved a year from where it was originally gonna be.
Yeah. Then I am guessing a late August, maybe early September release. So that they are enough away from GTA, because nobody is releasing anything in November of GTA 6.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're not, because Fable and GTA have almost nothing in common. But even then,
but GTA 6 isn't releasing on PC, right?
Ooh, you are right. It's only going to be on consoles, so.
But even then, I wouldn't.
So I'm just saying.
I wouldn't try that.
I wouldn't try it either, but you could go closer, is my point.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you still release in September, it's going to come out for consoles everywhere, but you still got that PC players, and Fable is doing super hot, and you really want to play something new, but you can't get your hands on GTA. Well, Fable's a good option. It's right there. Giant open world fantasy game. Okay, I'll play this for a while. It still has the potential to hit the market right there, so I'm definitely feeling it. I like to see it. I want to see more. I'm sure we will see more at Summer Game Fest.
Just this is interesting too, because of the fact that because of how the climate's been in the past, Fable's releasing every system except for Switch 2, every system day one.
Ooh, day one too.
You love to see it. I love to see it.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's one of those where you're the software companies being the software company, which is good. And then, it gives an option for everybody on how they want to play the game. You want to play on PS5? Cool. You're not having to wait.
And there's character creation for all of those assholes that were like, I'm not going to play that character. They look awful. Fuck you guys. You can make whatever you want, but still, fuck you guys.
Make your own character.
Didn't Fable 2 was you could choose male or female, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could. I thought you could the first one too.
I don't think so.
On the first one, no, because my daughter just played it, and it was male only.
Sure
yeah,
I was pretty sure you just played the kid
character essentially in that one.
Yeah. Fable 2, you got to pick, and also I maybe they're holding it back, but I would absolutely love the dog companion in this one. Like at some point, you get the dog.
I'm sure you will.
You can have farms and stuff.
Well, no, the dog companion is one of the best sidekicks in all of gaming history. That boy was the bestest boy.
Well,
the bestest boy. I know I would love to have him back again too. Take you around to treasures. He's there for when you camp. You can give him treats, get him collars, love on him. He is the bestest boy. Period. He was a fantastic traveling companion.
He really was.
So yes, I would love to have him back.
Yeah.
And they're just keeping him hidden right now.
That's crazy to me too. We're doing 22 years. If it does come out this year, it's 22 years since the original.
22 years.
22 years since the original, and 16 years since the last last one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man, good.
Looks
I'm looking
interesting.
forward to it. This year's feeling pretty good. I got RE9 coming out. I've got Halloween that comes out my birthday weekend, and Fable that we're looking at too. So I'm looking pretty good this year so far. We'll see.
Well,
I got Expedition 33 to play this year too.
yeah, I was gonna say, since we're kind of at the end of the show, we could talk about what we've been playing. And Chicken and I finally, at the Steam sale, finally spent money on new to us games. So I'm not saying that every game we bought was like a new game, but new to us games, so that we have things to talk about for a little while.
Oh yes.
And by a little while, I kind of mean a little while at my pace, because I've already, well, one I've played almost the entirety of. I just have a few things that I need to do. Another I've played a big chunk of, and then I just started a third one, so it's like, I'm kind of going through it, but a lot of mine are games that I can come and go with too, though. So, do we want to talk about what we've been playing?
I have been dropping hours and hours on Surviving the Aftermath. Like, it's almost Banished like.
Banished Frost, Punky.
Yeah. It's pretty neat. I'm enjoying it. I liked Banished a lot, and this one's kind of similar to it. Another city builder, sim builder. I can't really say it's anything special. I think the most unique part about it is that not only you have your main town area, your building area, that you have a gate, and all like a bunch of events can come to happen at your gate, and when you can go out and see the world map, and it's a really big world map. There's like 35 zones that you
Oh,
can
wow.
discover in the fog of war, and all these different zones have other cities in them that you could trade with, bandit camps, and tons of resources all over. And it's the only way to learn science, which is your tech tree. You have to go and take a scientist, the special named characters, your specialists, to go out in the world, get science, and then you can learn stuff in the tree. You can turn your specialists into settlers and take those to the zones and settle them in the zones, and they will feed back passive materials to you of whatever was in that zone. So if there's like a library, you could settle in it, and you're going to earn permanent tech. Or if there's rare metals, you can settle in it, and it'll feed you rare metals permanently. So it's pretty interesting how much they balance the outer world with trying to run your city. But yeah, that's probably the most unique part. The rest of it's just kind of like, food harvesting, running farms, power, water. You have typical catastrophic events, flood or droughts, freezing, radiations. Like all these different things do all sorts of stuff. Like the radiation one makes everybody start getting super sick and will die of radiation poisoning and whatnot. You gotta have hospitals. You only have 18 hours to prepare. Once one's been triggered, you can buy a building that'll give you more time, but usually 18 hours is plenty for me. But you gotta try to contend with all of these, because when it freezes, none of the water places work. Your water intake stuff freezes, and you can't do fishing unless you get an upgrade. Like all the water places, so you've got to build up enough water supply to last through the cold blast. So
well, good. That'll at least prepare you for the next couple of days, so that works out really good.
Like I said, I got like 50 hours in that game so far, and I've been enjoying it. My first world, everybody died to drought. Yeah, I didn't have nearly enough water. So my first town was called Welcome to First Chance or something like that. And then that one died off, so I was like, Second Chance.
Yeah.
Second chances.
I do that early when I'm learning how to play games. I titled the town.
Third time's the charm.
That was going to be my third one when if this one fails out, which I think I've almost beat it, to be honest. There is a beating it too. You have to build the Apocalypse Dome, which is like an underground giant massive dome where everybody survives underground. Almost like a giant missile silo where you can move everybody underground, and you're basically settled forever, and that's how you win the game.
So you go from that to Fallout Shelter.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's funny.
But yeah, I played that. Blueprints, great game,
What'd you let
fantastic.
Nugget help you with?
Nuggy has helped me too. It's like, all right, which room do we go in? Which room do we pick? We can go to that one, and it's a really great game. If you haven't played it, play it. It is
Amazing.
crazy deep game. Holy, there's so much to it. Like I can't even.
Well, the thing is once you beat that one area, you just keep going.
Yeah.
They just keep going.
I haven't even gotten to room 46 yet. I have made it underground, and I got to the big puzzle where you get the statues and whatnot. So I got one of the statue buffs, and now I'm trying to get to the room 46 with one of the doors open, so I could get in there. And then I think you can open up that back door, right? And then that leads you somewhere else.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah. So it's like there's the way the rooms work together. There's a boiler room which has vents that go up, and you have to connect rooms with vents in them to run the power to different rooms. So you've got to plot out all these different styles. It's an absolute incredibly deep game, and the amount of puzzles, like you can sit there for days and days and days and days and barely see any part of the game.
The thing I like about it is there's no actual timer to the game. The timing is based on how many steps you take outside of the room. So that's really neat.
Yes, I really like that. That's very neat. You get so many steps.
The dartboard is still one of the most insane math issues I've ever had though. Starts off easy.
Yeah, then it gets real complicated. If you ain't good at math, good luck with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like that one. That one's really, really fun. We got Ale and Tail. We've been playing that too.
Yeah, we streamlined that one too hard though in our first go.
We completely dominated that game.
Yeah, our first tavern, we've pretty much done everything, and it was kind of a twofold thing. Like Chicken realized way too late that the idea should have been that we all go out, we forage for ingredients, we come back, we make the menu based on what we have, and when we sell out, we close the tavern, go back out, do quests and stuff, and come back. But the way that we did it, because we were running 5 people in our tavern, was Baka went out, and we told him to do the farming, but this dude does not listen. He does not listen.
So he did all of the quests. He did all of the quests
while I didn't even know he was doing quests. I didn't even know what any of the quests were like. And so I didn't know that there were NPCs and things that we needed to go talk to, because I was in the kitchen doing the cooking, and I'm like, why are we out of boar steak? And he's like, well, I haven't found any, but I found this talking deer. What? Okay. I mean, like, so he did everything while we were in the kitchen doing stuff, which means that we have pretty much completed the thing, short of like, there's a boss that you have to go do, but it locks you in, and if you die in that, you can't come back to that boss fight during that encounter. Basically, you have to hope that your friends win or everybody dies and you reset and go again. So at some point, we'll probably be able to do that, but
we got to restock on money and everything again, because we burned like 40,000 gold.
Yeah, we just... Baka doing all of the quests meant that we burned through that game without knowing that we were burning through that game.
That is why in the other one, Baka is not allowed to go out, because other people can experience the game too.
Yeah.
So I want Virtue to go out and you to go out and see the parts of the game, like the outer parts of the game.
So, but that one's been fun. We got a day out and we tried that one. There's ATVs in that one that you have to drive. And Baka and I have both been more injured by running into a tree and flying off of our ATV than we have by any monster in any of the levels.
Yeah, we can't drive.
They're hard to drive. The handling on those things are garbage. They're little ATVs.
That is an understatement.
Than the Halo 1 Warthog. It's like,
yeah, like that is an understatement. That thing sucks. Oh my god.
And you're terrible. In a forest every time, or you're in an outdoor setting, obviously, and they're ATVs, so you would assume you're like, this is a pretty straight shot, I'm just gonna hit the gas and go. Those things start bouncing, like, there's a pebble, and you are gonna bounce 5 feet when you hit it. It's not a rock that stops you, it's just that your thing is like this, and then you lose control because you're bouncing, and it's too much. It's too much. They do not have the driving mechanics there, but we played that some.
We got golf with friends too.
Baga hates it.
Uh,
Why am I
Fuck,
square?
I hate.
Oh yes, that is for Ale and Tail, you little shit. Well, I make sure we play party mode too, and every time he goes to strike, you just change him to a hockey puck, and he goes, "What the?" Or a cube.
Yeah.
Or
That's right.
acorn, man. Oh.
Yeah.
Fucking infinite loop.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. The infinite loop stuck forever.
I got stuck. Yeah, there's a very steep hill thing where what was it? Bombs or boulders or
It was
something?
bombs.
boulders.
The
Oh,
holy
was it
hand
bombs?
grenade.
Okay.
It was the holy hand
Oh,
grenade
yeah,
that was
the
coming
whole-
down.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I got turned into something and frozen on the platform, and that became my spawn point. As I
And
repeatedly got to roll downhill to the very end with the holy hand grenade right when it blows up in a constant just loop every time that I spawned and could not do anything.
I have no idea whose fault that
Beautiful.
would have been. It's definitely
Yeah.
not anybody that is here today.
It was flat out good.
Right.
You know.
I was in the same scenario that he was, but I was able to get out because there was one little ledge over the side, and I shot myself over there.
I couldn't even
And-
get out.
And then I would
Yeah.
shoot myself over to the top, and about halfway through, it'd be about that. I'm like, nope, not gonna make it, or I'd hit it too hard, and then end up not being able to make it over there, and made it to the one little platform I needed made to with my last turn.
Yeah. I ran out of
I
turns a
couldn't even do
lot.
that. Like I'm on the hill and I just spawned right there and just instantly roll down with the hand grenade every time I
Oh, see,
spawned.
I spawned at the bottom where you spawned at the top.
Mhm.
That's what
Uh,
that was.
No. That
those
constant loop of shit.
It has been fun though. Like having that in our
Mm.
repertoire has been interesting, to say the
Yes.
least. So
We need to do
And,
one of those nights where it's like, we don't know what we're going to play. It's like, all right, we're going to play this. Whoever wins gets
Can
to
pick.
decide what we're playing.
that can be our new like waiting room too.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
The other game that I got was Dead Island 2.
oh yeah, him and Kat have been playing that, and she likes it a lot.
She has been enjoying the shit. I've been liking it. I've been loving it too. I like the first game, and the second one is just more of the first game, except better. And it's just a lot of fun. It's literally just a cheesy, goofy zombie slaughter fest, and I mean slaughter fest. It is gory as can get. You can brutally slaughter zombies the best way you can imagine, and it is wonderful. Like you get them like with acid or toxic, and they melt apart. Like and they'll come walking at you as they're melting apart, and then they just kind of fall down into like a sludge. It's wonderful. Like so many beautiful mechanics to it. Game. It really is just a slaughter fest. It's a great game. We got it for we got the whole year edition for like $6.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
the
was
Winter
cheap.
Cell was pretty
I ended up
great.
picking it up on this one too. It was cheap.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. If you like a good old zombie slasher game that's with corny, cheesy commentary and a mediocre story, this is right up your alley.
Yeah.
I'm playing for killing zombies.
Oh man.
And then Expedition 33 that I haven't started yet.
Yeah, he hasn't started that one. He said he was gonna stream it, but I don't know if that's gonna happen either. So
I'm
see.
still working on getting
We'll
a second
see.
PC. I need to figure out a way.
We'll see. What about you, Oak? What have you been doing?
So replaying the original with the Tomb Raider, like the reboots that they did recently, since they had the announcement not too long ago. I was watching the cartoon on Netflix, and I was
you're
like,
I need to play it.
yeah, because the cartoons take place after those three games, evidently, because all the people were in it. And so I was like, oh, kind of want to watch this or play this. So I've been playing that. My little group that I play with on Sundays, we've been playing Generation Zero. We picked Generation Zero back up. That was like from 2020, I think, is when that game came out originally. But it's finally finished now, where it was like an early access at that particular point, and it's good. Like it's different. There are moments that I fuck up a lot where I'm like, oh, well, I'll shoot this guy. And then like 5 others are around that I didn't notice were around type thing. But it's overall, it's, you know, it's kind of just move from point A to point B. There's not a whole lot to it. It's kind of chill. You can just talk to your buddies while you're playing. It's nice.
Which is nice. I love games like that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. And I get to shoot things, which is always good. And one of the mechanics I like that they have in this game is because it's my world that I've created. Or not created, but my world that
Well, it's
on,
you're in charge.
I'm hosting that world.
Yeah.
Hosting that world. But if I go up to a backpack and I take stuff out of said backpack, everyone can take stuff out of that backpack.
Oh.
But it's RNG for everyone.
Oh, okay. So
So, like-
individualized loot.
Right, but
Don't
you
keep
can
talking to me,
drop
one
what you
second.
got too.
Just keep going. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, so it was, but you can drop it. So if your buddy's rocking a pistol or whatever, and you've got a silencer for that pistol, you can drop that pistol for him. And then you've got the big boss, like semi big boss characters. I don't know if they're actual bosses or not, but I hate to see a real boss if they're not. Huge farm equipment that's turned into robots, basically, that are massive, and those battles are fun. Basically our strategy with that is No Pants stays up into a inside of a house and is shooting with a snipe, trying to hit it as much as can, and I run around the outside like a crazy person and try to shoot it with a shotgun and try to hit certain areas for it. So that one's fun. And then I might be a little bit addicted to Star Rupture. Just a little bit. Star Rupture is fantastic. If you're a fan of Satisfactory and Facturo and things like that, definitely recommend the game. It is currently in early access. It is it's by Creepy Jar, which is the same people that developed Green Hell, which is a fantastic survival game. I will support. We all have those people that will support whatever they do. This is one of those for me. Is Creepy Jar. The concept of the game is basically you've been sent to a planet you're considered disposable, basically. Like, I guess you're a
Typical
criminal, we'll say, right? So you're considered disposable some way, and they've put you on this alien planet, and they're not really telling you why you're there. You're just there to explore and do things. Well, you create your machines like you would in Satisfactory and others like that. The combat is really tight. Like, it feels good. It makes sense. But about every hour and a half, somewhere in between there, you'll get an alert that there is a wave coming. And the reason it's called Star Rupture is because the actual star ruptures.
Oh.
And so you will go inside, the thing explodes, and you just see this wave of heat coming straight at you if you've got your windows on, and then everything just catches on fire, and you'll
That's nice.
and so everything catches on fire, and like as long as your stuff is up underneath your these shields you have to build, they're called core bases or something like that. As long as you do it, you're fine. Not a big deal. So one of the elements of the game is the more machines you build, it can only protect so much. That core base can only protect so much. So what they've done is make it to where you have to upgrade that core to where it can protect more. But when you do that, you piss off the alien life around you.
Oh.
And
Well,
so you have to be prepared because as soon as you do it, it's going to open up an entire world of fucking aliens attacking your base. So you got to put turrets out and do all that type of stuff. And so you'll have this battle sequence. Usually it's like 3 or 4 waves that come at you. And then that happens every time we go back to our main base. That happens. It starts because we'll be there like 2-3 hours. We'll go back and it'll do it. So that becomes more of a regular thing in the game. But it's really well done in the fact of it works on a pull system and not a push system. So every like Satisfactory is a push system. So that machine pushes the item to wherever you want to send it to. Where what happens in this is it actually pulls what it needs. So as that product is needed, it pulls it out of whether that's a storage unit or one of the actual mining equipment, whatever it is, it pulls it from it as needed. There are still some bugs on it. Sometimes you have to reset some of your lines and things like that because it's not recognizing that it needs to pull the things that it needs to pull. And then some of those lines of machines do get very complicated, and you can try to set them up to where they're then it becomes more complicated because things run into each other. So but
does it cause a backup?
Yeah. Yes. And then you're having to delete everything you just did.
No.
And kind of start from scratch.
I'd be so mad. I can't play games like that.
Yeah, I get upset when I have to do it. Get up, walk away for a little while, go back to it, whatever. But it's really fun. I'm enjoying it. I had to back off from it because in like 6 days I had like 50 plus hours, I think, or right at 50 hours.
That's how much time I've put into Hotel Renovator.
Yeah. So it was one of those where it's like, okay. And there's no telling what No Pants has now because I backed off. He has not.
Oh.
So yeah, it is. Let's see. Right now I'm at 41 hours. So just over 40. That's not too bad.
That's the same amount of time I put into Surviving the Aftermath. That's not too bad.
He's at 64
hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Okay.
Little bit different, but yeah. So it's a fun game. I highly recommend that one. But and then my daughter and I finally, since the last show, we ended up beating. Was it just the two of us or whatever it is, or just takes two? Just takes two. That's it. One of the Hazy Light games where you're the parents of a girl and you basically turn into toys and have to.
Okay.
Is the just before Split Fiction came out.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Well, cool. I'm glad you guys finally finished it. Yay.
Oh, yeah. It's fun.
Bach, what you been doing?
Well, you and I have been playing Saints Row.
Yes, we have. The new Saints Row.
And
new
yeah,
West.
I have hit every fucking fire hydrant along the way.
You know, I did not realize how much water pressure was in those fire hydrants because I had never hit them at the frequency that you do. But I did. I laughed so hard that Chicken was like, you need to be more quiet. I can hear you from the other room. Please stop. I laughed so hard.
I'm pretty sure the neighbors can hear you outside down the road.
I'm having a good time. He hit a fire hydrant and it boosted us up because that's what happens. The water pressure sends you up. And then he managed to land on a lady that was like a pedestrian. And I was like, it's going to land on her. So he smashes down on that and bounces a little. And then because the water goes up and out, it also hit him and pushed him forward. And we slid into something else. Like, it was one of those things where I'm like...
Another fire hydrant.
Yeah, I was like, we could not have planned for that to happen. I don't know how you find every fire hydrant in Santo Leso. It is wild, but so good. Playing this game with him... I do, sometimes. And there's certain places that I like it and certain places I don't. And this is... Playing this game with him has made it much more like Saints 3, but it's because of him, not because of the game. Because he's playing a character that is a big giant blue Papa Smurf-esque.
Thought he was purple.
No, he's blue.
No,
he's blue.
He's blue with
I'm
white
also
hair.
shiny.
Yeah, and he's shiny, so he looks like he's just got out of the shower all the time. And he's naked.
Or heavily greased.
Yeah.
He's not naked. He's got an eggplant on.
The Saints 2002.
I also have a hat and socks.
Yeah, he has a hat
so
and socks, or sometimes scuba flippers instead of the socks, and a little eggplant over his naughty bits. And we haven't been playing like forever and ever, but seeing his character the same way, being naked all of the time, at one point we got put into a mission where it put him in clothes, and I was like, wow, you look weird with pants on. I was like, that's not a phrase I had expected to say.
Dreams of hearing.
Yeah.
He looked different with pants on.
But it has been a lot of fun. But watching him drive, at one point he stole a bus, and I got on top of the bus, and then I'm like, wait, are we going backwards? And he's driving better backwards, like in reverse, than he was forward. And I don't know how that happened, but
Yeah.
it was actually
I got
really
hit
impressive.
by a car. We were on a mission, and it was timed, and I got hit and sideswiped by the cops and turned around the opposite direction. So I just kept going backwards and driving backwards, and I was driving better backwards than I ever do forwards.
It was so great. I was impressed.
I guess your brain understands the turning better or something. It's on that one. That's interesting.
I don't know, it was great. It was great.
I don't know.
It has been a lot of fun. I am seriously looking forward to the next time that it's me and Baka night so that we can play again. Because it has been a different experience this time around. So, what else have you been doing? Or do you have other things that you want to share from that? Because we've done quite a bit.
I like that she asked him and then took over the entire
I did. I'm
conversation.
sorry. It's so fun.
I started playing the Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate a bit, just enough to kind of get a feel for it and hang of it, and I think that's going to be something Chick and I are going to like. I don't think anyone else in our group is going to like that one because of just how it works. It's a roguelike.
Oh. Is it like arcadey? Like, how does it play?
It's a bit. It's top-down view, kind of arcadey. But like when you die, then you go all the way back to the beginning again. It looks like certain upgrades, like you collect these dragon coins that you can get through the game,
Mm-hmm.
and you can use those to like make yourself stronger, or your attacks or whatever else for a specific character, whichever one you're playing. And those stay, but as you go through the game, you have opportunities to get other like bonuses to help you through the game, or you can get like there's a merchant that very much reminds me of the mask dude in Resident Evil 4.
What are you buying? What are you selling?
The stranger.
Yeah.
It looks a lot
Merchant.
like Hades, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It is. Yeah.
Okay, then I probably would not.
Which I
be
enjoyed
good at it.
Hades.
Yeah. It happened to come across my thing, and I was like, oh, wow. This is, I don't think I've seen this one. I started looking at it, and I was like, it's got the right kind of notes that I like. Baka, what do you think about this thing?
So
it came
yeah,
out in 24.
Yeah.
Now this game's almost 2 years old. Really?
That's the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Well,
it's so
I
good?
mean, the roguelike style things that didn't start getting popular until more recently, so maybe it just got overshadowed.
It's
Possible.
Oh man.
I mean, they just did DLC for it, so they've got Casey Jones you can get, metalheads in it. From what I played of the first little bit of it, I have a sneaking suspicion Slash could be a DLC character in it later.
Okay. Well, yeah, as long as it keeps getting supported, that'd be nice.
Mm-hmm. Anything else on your list,
Cool.
Baka?
I did finish the Peach game.
Oh,
Finally.
Oh,
yay!
nice.
How was it?
Yeah, how did
I liked it. That one was good. And then I started on Metroid, but I need to go back and do it again. Like I put my Switch back onto the charge, and then I haven't picked it up for.
Yeah, I was
like
gonna
a
say
week.
it's one of those times. It's like, yeah. I'll
Well,
get back
to be
that.
fair, it's also one of those things of. I started it right before Hell Week at work with the inventory and the crazy ass hours, and
Yeah, that'll
so-
do it.
and
That'll
then
do
just
it.
haven't quite gone to it again yet.
Well, I'm glad that you got to finish it and that you liked it. That's always good.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it's a fun little game, so.
would recommend. Got it.
Yeah. Especially
Exactly.
if you can pick it up on sale for, like, I got it for like $40. So compared to like what the normal 60 or whatever most Nintendo titles are or more.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. Getting it at 40 is already a steal
Yeah,
from Nintendo.
that's pretty big from Nintendo. Oh man. Well, good grab on that, and glad it was a good game. I got several games, and I've only started to play some of them. But I have enjoyed having new games. I bought Date Everything. I never know what to expect in these kinds of games where it's like, is it just going to be a fun, frivolous little game full of puns? Because it feels like it would be. There are a surprising amount of characters. I did not know what I was getting myself into fully. And some of their stories are really super good. Like, I like a lot of them. And only a few of them feel pushy in the like, super romance part where they're like, oh, I love you so much right out of the gate. But some of the stories where there are characters where I'm like, these will be my friends. These are cool story people, and I like them a lot. That is a fun game. It's a fun game. I would love to recommend it to everybody who likes stories, because you'll meet a lot of fun characters. My big time sinks, though, have been stuff without stories. I've been reading a book series, so I'm kind of at story max capacity right now between that and...
giant book back there behind her. You can see, look at that thing.
Look at this. That's how far in I am. This is where you start. This is where I'm at. This is how much I have left to go.
That is a fantastic universe.
Well, yeah, but I've read all
told.
of these, the four predecessors, a side story, and now I'm on the fifth and final of this series in the past, like, 8 months or so. But
August, I think we got it.
Oh, maybe it's less than 8 months.
Yeah, I think it was August. Maybe
I've been
July.
destroying this series, but I'm at like story max capacity right now until I finish this, I think. So I've been kind of playing games where I don't have to think about them. I got a game called Hotel Renovator, which is exactly what it sounds. You inherit a broken down hotel and must renovate it back to its former glory so that you may profit. Day one in this hotel, like as soon as you get there, your personal assistant... I picked it up and of course it fell off. Cool. My personal assistant's like, there's some weird noises, you should go check that out. And it's a chicken. And she's like, oh, it's a chicken? You should just throw it out the window. It'll be fine in the city. I'm sure it'll love to sightsee. I didn't want to, but the game won't progress unless you throw the chicken out the window. So I did. But this chicken keeps coming back to my hotel. It likes to play dice games with me. And then will sometimes randomly destroy pieces of furniture that I have to go in and replace. And then it will also lay golden eggs for me around the hotel. Does this universe make sense? No, it doesn't, and it doesn't have to, and it's delightful. So the only problem is you have all of these other things, and it feels like a real businessy situation, because you're like, all right, now these people are coming to the hotel, and they want a room that has this theming and has this kind of items. I'm in the middle of it, and then your assistant's like, so-and-so wants to check in. You need to go and see what they need so that they can have whatever they want. And I'm like, I'm in the middle of picking out carpet. Do you mind? Oh no, the power's out. My assistant, who's standing right up the stairs from the power thing, needs me to go all the way down to the bottom floor and turn it off for her. It's so frustrating. But so worth it. I have completed the story mode in that, and then you can buy additional floors of your hotel to continue to renovate, but they don't work. Like, this is floor 2, and then floor 3, and I'm gonna buy floor 4. There's floor 1, 2, and then there is the penthouse. But if you want to buy subsequent floors, it sandwiches them in, so the penthouse continuously moves up, and your new floors continuously go in, which throws off the number system. I have room numbers 100 and 200, and then the penthouse was supposed to be 300, so my floor 3 is all rooms 400. And my floor 4 is all rooms 500. Minor gripe, that's annoying. I'm just saying.
So your penthouse, how many rooms in the penthouse?
It's
Is it
just
just
it's
one
one
room?
the top floor is the penthouse, which is huge, and then it's got a spa and a pool. Also, people randomly throw stuff in my pool. And I'm not saying like trash where you have to go clean it up. I'm talking like when I come up to the penthouse to check and see if anybody's left tips. Because they leave tips when they check out. They just throw money in the room somewhere. Sometimes it's on the floor. Sometimes it's on a table. You just gotta find it. But I'll go up to the penthouse to see if there's any tips. And I just happened to see something out of the corner of my eye. And in the pool, there was a giant column, a statue, 2 full beds, and a couch. I don't know why they're in there.
I was expecting trash, not furniture.
Yeah, I know. So I just went out there and sold them. So I guess it's like an auxiliary tip system that I'm occasionally just supposed to go check out the pool and sell the errant furniture that got put there. I
mean, somebody's throwing a hell of a party is all I'm getting out of that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, but they're throwing in stuff that wasn't even up there. That they could not have brought up there.
Don't ask questions. It's a video game.
I know. A video game in which the penthouse consistently moves up so that I can sandwich new floors in. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to make sense. But that one's been... Would recommend if you like doing decorating and stuff like that. It's been fun. And I also bought Espresso Tycoon, in which you are... Again, very similar. You are starting a coffee chain, essentially, and you have to cater to what different groups of people, like business people or students or tourists, would like in your area based on what kind of traffic you're getting and things like that. And it sounds neat, it has been neat, but sometimes it does not have to make sense. It is definitely video game logic. It's like tourists like... hot coffee, but they also like tonic water, and this week the cool thing that they really enjoy is chocolate syrup. So I will make them a coffee that is the tiniest bit of espresso because they also don't want a lot of caffeine. I don't know why you're coming to the coffee shop then. And then fill it with chocolate syrup and tonic water, and then throw some ice on top because they have a specific temperature that they want it at. And it's like, this is so disgusting. Weird. Take this and get out of my face.
So weird.
And that one, I didn't realize when I bought it, but it does have an AI component to it. It has a tutorial lady, and you have the option to turn on or off, like, speech. Like, it puts up a text bubble for her, but if you turn on the speech, it's AI speech that reads it. And it's like, well, I guess they don't...
That's how Alan Tail is. All the voices in Alan Tail are AI.
Are they? I didn't know that. I don't love the idea of...
Why do you think I skip through them? I just don't bother listening to them. I'll read them, but I turn
that must be why
off.
they sound so weird, the Alan voice lines and whatnot, because... Yeah, they definitely don't...
Yeah.
They don't sound normal, that's for sure.
Yeah, you could tell. If you play games long enough, you could definitely tell what's human recorded versus what's... Because, I don't know, there's just something stiff about AI AI voicing.
And I'd prefer to not have voice work done by them because I've also been playing House Flipper 2, which is not new to me, but I have not done the multiplayer until recently. I've been playing it with Foxy. And those are like indie devs that you can tell they got them and their friends to do the voice recordings. I don't know why House Flipper decided to need voice acting. Let's put that in loose quotes. But you can tell it's not actors. It's a little weird to listen to, but I've been enjoying my brain off kind of games, or not. I don't have to focus on a storyline like with the coffee one. It's just, what do these people want that I can throw in a cup, and how do I get them to the next, like, what do I need to do? Because like, so-and-so's got to get trained, so I just got to train them and things like that. It's management-y more than story-y. So I'm all for it. But I did get, like, I got the Attack on Titan game that I haven't started yet. And Nobody Wants to Die Today. I picked that up on sale as well. And those are story games. I'm just waiting until my brain can recover and need a new story.
And I rented the first, I think, Attack on Titan game some odd years ago, and if you want a gameplay version of Attack on Titan, that's about as good as you can get. The gameplay is so unbelievable.
I am looking forward to it, but I know I'm gonna focus on the story too, because Attack on Titan has a great story, and I'm sad that it doesn't go all the way through the series. It stops at season 3 or 4?
3. It's at the
3?
end of 3.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I
Um,
totally understand why you can't do season 4.
It's a lot of
I
exposition.
completely understand. A lot of exposition.
You'd be
The
watching a
whole
lot of
entire
story.
Season, yeah, you might as well just go watch the season 4.
Yeah, which I'm fine with, but
Okay.
I'm interested in playing it. But that'll come later. So, but it's great, and that's most of what I've been doing, I think. So, I have other multiplayer stuff to go play now. Yay!
Yay! Anything else?
No, it's good to be back. We'll see y'all next month, I guess.
Yep. We do appreciate everybody that hangs out with us now each and every month.
Yeah,
Instead of
we're still on
every couple
Discord.
weeks.
You can get us on Discord. Whatever.
Go in
it's up
there.
to Ollie, whatever.
Talk to us there.
Mm-hmm.
But make sure that you hit the little sub button as well as the little bell. Oh my God, I'm out of practice.
Yeah, you
The
are.
sub button as well as the bell in there for the notifications when this does go live. Again, it's once a month. We have an entire back catalog. So if there's something that you want to go through, and for some reason we have our most popular video, which is it Far Cry?
It's a
one of
Far
your
Cry 4 episode that I did a long time ago. So we've got that stuff too.
There you go. But make sure you hit that sub button as well as that bell. And for Infinite Respawn, I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Griff.
I'm Chicken.
I'm back.
Bye.
See ya.
Please hang up and try again.